Hey guys, it's Paradise, and in this one, we're going to show you how to access the locked off secret area of the Shadow of the Erdtree map. It's called the Abyssal Woods. I wanted to make this guide as quick as possible so we don't waste your time, but also show the full walkthrough so it's actually easy to follow, because you can get lost and it's not really as simple as following a map. There's a secret door, a bunch of parkour and more, so let's get into it and drop a like if we help you out. We're going to be starting at the Main Gate Plaza Site of Grace in the Shadow Keep. If you haven't got here yet, this is the general route to follow from the start of the DLC. It's fairly linear to get here, but does usually require beating the first boss. So here's the full route from the Main Gate Plaza Site of Grace. So from the Site of Grace, you could go east if you have the shortcut unlocked. If not, you're going to want to head west and go through these double doors and up the stairs. There'll be a bunch of soldier enemies here, and one that will jump scare you when you go up this next area with a stomp. You can dodge roll it or just tank a hit like I did. Keep running past all the enemies through this big hall room where they're having some kind of feast, and outside here in the area with all the boats. A lot of little enemies will jump out at you from behind these boats, so keep dodge rolling or running. It's probably best to just keep running because the dodge rolling will slow you down. Over here on the left though, by the boats, there'll be a ladder that you want to jump down, and remember you can hold dash to slide down the ladder super quick. Then we want to go behind this sort of waterfall bit here and down this other ladder. Be careful not to fall in the hole, you can see it is a very deep drop. So use the ladder to go down, and now we're looking for a hidden wall. It's not on this wall though, we actually need to go through this door, and just on the right, you'll see here, bam, the hidden wall that we can reveal. Just simply follow the path and follow the water where we will find a coffin, a bit of a trope in some of these Dark Souls games, but this is going to allow us to ride the coffin into an entirely new area. I was always creeped out by these coffins and how you just somehow survive in them, but that's how it is. Then we're going to follow here and we get to the Skadu Atlas. Of course, unlock the Site of Grace as a sort of checkpoint, hop on your mount and stick to the right and follow down this path to the south. Some enemies will wake up around you, so keep riding at full speed so you don't actually have to fight the big fire golems, just keep riding. You'll see here there will be another waterfall, and we want to stick to the left where we get another Site of Grace. Again, it's worth picking up these Sites of Grace as they are like a checkpoint as you're going. We want to parkour down to the south, and there will be some holes to jump over, so be wary of these holes. You can double jump on your mount to help you get past. When you get to these enemies, you then want to cross over to the right-hand side and stick on this right-hand side as we progress forwards. Keep running at full speed to dodge all of the enemies, and now we need to parkour down onto the next Site of Grace. Another checkpoint along the way if you are struggling. You can actually interact with the Site of Grace to respawn the enemies if they are following you this far. Hop on your mount again. And what we're basically looking for is this parkour drop route down these sort of gravestones. It can be a little tricky, you might die here if you're unlucky. I like to do it on the mount as you have the double jump just in case. Generally you can just walk from one to the next as long as you plan the route similar to I have, or just look down and see what you can drop on. You can run on this water, so drop down on the water and head to the sort of east on the left side of this waterfall, and you'll see there is another parkour route leading down. This one's slightly harder than the last one, so hopefully you'll be able to get it first try. Keep jumping, you see there's a bunch of gravestones. The horse is really good for this to double jump if you have good control over it. And once you get to the bottom, we now want to head straight east where we see this door with the torches outside. Open up this door and we will have a dungeon, the Darklight Catacombs. Go down the lift and we need to progress all the way through this dungeon and kill the boss at the end to get to the next area. And buffing up before going in, activate the Site of Grace. I suggest equipping a torch because it's very dark. Go straight forwards and to the right. When you're here, then take a left, follow the path around, jump down, go to the right, watch out for this cannon boy. They are super annoying. You may need to heal up as you go a few times. If you get unlucky, it can take a couple tries. After the cannon, go left and down this ladder, and then down another ladder. Again, make sure you have a torch. It is super dark in this place if you don't use a torch, which you're basically going to see here. So go down this ladder and then to the right, to the west, and here you have a little mage by a door on the right. Go through this, down these steps, and onto the elevator. This is going to take us pretty deep down now. And again, this might take you a few tries to get through, but just keep at it. After this, we then want to head to the north. Progress through this area and go to the right side where these steps lead down. follow this, and then head left down the steps once again. After we're here, hop down the ladder. Again, when you use the ladder, your torch will go away and it gets super dark, so a torch is really, really good throughout this whole dungeon. After you've come down the ladders, head over to the door on the east. There'll be a mage above, but just keep running. Go straight down the next steps and down another elevator. You can see here the enemy actually joined me on the elevator, which gave me a bit of a shock. But after we go down this way, we can just progress a little deeper to this giant cannon enemy, which was a big surprise for me the first time I saw it. What you want to do is keep running and try to dodge those cannon shots. If you stick as close to the platform as possible, he can't really shoot you, but then you will have to run around and down the back here. He will keep shooting you. Go to the right through this doorway, forwards and down the elevator, and now you've made it through pretty much the entire dungeon. I think it's just the boss up ahead. The boss fight may take a couple of tries as well. It can be quite annoying. He summons a bunch of ads to help him, spams faith spells at you, so put your torch away, get your best weapon out, put all your buffs on, and get ready for a fight. As soon as you go in the room, he will spam spells at you. You might be able to get off your mimic summon. Hiding behind these sort of tombstones is going to be really helpful for dodging those arcing faith spells. I try spamming jump attacks and the blasphemous blade at him. As you can see, he starts to summon ads, spams those arcs of holy at you, which do a lot of damage. You can see every time I get hit, I am really getting chonked. It might take a couple goes. It did take me, I think I got it on my second try, but I do have a pretty juiced up build with the blasphemous blade. If you can do jump attacks, you might get a poise break like I did just then. He teleports around, summons a million ads, spams spells at you, but luckily for me, I managed to survive this and go and get the last hit on him. After this is complete though, you're going to get the Barbed Staff Spear, which is just kind of nice. You'll also get a Sight of Grace after he's defeated, another checkpoint, but now it's a home run to the Abyss Woods. So after you activate the Sight of Grace, head outside and you can mount up. However, as you'll see, boom, you'll get booted off your mount. That's because within the Abyss Woods area, it is like a restricted area for riding your mount. It's too scared. You have to do this whole zone on foot if you want to explore it and get all the crazy items in this zone. You can see now you are in the Abyss Woods and there's a Sight of Grace just ahead, which is sort of like your boilerplate fast travel point to get here. The trees are super tall and it's a very creepy area. But you will probably want to get the map for this area. So as you can see, once you're here, if you open your map, you can see this little pillar and this is where the map will be. Set a waypoint so that you can easily go over and get to it, and start heading southeast. When you go down this road though, you will get invaded. There's a nice reward for killing him, so you could just run past if you want to, but you get some pretty cool fists, the Maddening Hand. So after defeating him or bypassing him, continue and follow the path along to your waypoint. It's a very straight run to the actual map, and just as we come over this hill, you're actually going to see that it is right there. It's that glowing column with a bunch of texts that is sort of glowing in white or yellow. Just run up to that column and take the item in front of it, and this will give you the map, revealing the whole zone, and there's even a fast travel grace point just behind it in this ruin. So there you have it, the full route to get to the Abyss Woods. Hopefully this walkthrough helped you guys out with that secret door, the parkouring, and everything else. If we did help, drop a like down below and comment to let us know, and subscribe because we're going to have loads more Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree coming your way very soon.